Between Us, where we share conspiracy theories no one cares about. Up first, do forks cause muscle weakness?
We can't delve into conspiracy theories anymore.
Does a fork cause muscle weakness? Should you be grabbing your food?
You know who you sound like? Jordan Peterson.
This week is an idea inspired by my mother. Because we were having dinner and she asked something like, what are like small things that really annoy you? And I have a bunch.
Yeah, I figured.
1, extremely heavy doors.
Yeah, why do they do that?
Some doors are so hard to open and it's like, why?
It's like, God, I just want to go in the bank vault. Why you gotta make the door so heavy?
I mean, I'm sure there's some reason for some doors, but like, not for the doors I'm talking about.
Well, I think sometimes they are built and the wind resistance is not right. So, like, it's like you're pulling them so hard, you know? Yeah, there's no need for that. You know, that's also, I feel, maybe ableist to have doors that heavy.
Oh, definitely.
Without a little snack, you know?
Okay, my next up, and this is something I get really, really riled about.
Okay.
When you have a bottle of something with a top that like squirts out, and then the stick doesn't go all the way to the bottom of the bottle.
Oh yeah.
So it's like a lie because it's like, oh, look at how huge this bottle is, but actually you can only access like 3/4 of it because our stick doesn't go all the way to the bottom.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, yeah, you can get it if you twist the thing off and dump it like this, but like that's not why I bought it with that top.
Okay, yeah, I agree. I love that one.
That one, like, really gets me riled.
I do have to open and flip over and squeeze out shampoo quite often.
Right?
Yeah.
I just bought, because I've been swimming every weekday.
Yeah.
And I bought, what's it called? AquaGuard or something. It's like a thing I put in my hair to protect it. And I had started with small bottles like this, and I was like, well, I'm using so much every day because I have too much hair. And then I got a big bottle with this thing that, what do you call that? The squirter thing.
Probably just a squirter.
Anyway, it doesn't work at all. Does not work one bit. Won't go up and down, just stuck in position, totally useless. So every day I'm having to unscrew the whole thing, pick up the thing, and then just run my hand through the tube to get the goop. Put it back in, dip it in. I'm like, are you kidding me? Do you have any?
I mean, I have a ton. You've heard my rant about glass mugs for coffee.
Oh, that's too hot
to hold. What's wrong with you? I also don't like when people park and they leave space so that there could be a third car on the street, but you're just small enough that you didn't leave enough space for that third car to get there.
Well, so that was the thing that an ex of mine, when I was like my ex in my early 20s, he was a wonderful man. He taught me to always be very cognizant of leaving enough space for other people to park.
Yeah.
But that was something I hadn't occurred to me before then.
I've gotten out of my car, gotten back in to give more room.
Me too.
Like, I don't want someone to ever be driving around looking for a parking space, and I'm responsible for them not finding one. I feel like that's a part of hell. People are in there for doing that. And they're right next to the serial killers, and they should be.
Here's my next one.
Yeah.
Well, I'll scream. I'm getting agitated just talking about these.
Okay.
When you have a reservation at a restaurant.
Yeah.
So you know they are holding the table for you.
Yeah.
But then when you show up for the reservation, they won't seat you until the whole party is there. The table is empty. It is waiting for me. Why can't I sit there now waiting for my party?
I wonder if the reason is if not everyone shows up, then it's like, okay, well then they'll put you at a smaller table or right in restaurants.
There's no reason. It's just pure power move.
Well,
it is a way for them to make us feel small and helpless.
What if this might not be true or a thing, but what if it's like they don't want you to start ordering stuff and then the kitchen is doing all these orders in a weird.
Well, what if you then say, well, we won't take your food order, but we can place a drink order? I understand if I don't have a reservation. And they're like, we have to wait to see the full party. But if you are holding the table for my party,
right, sure.
Let me sit down. That's when I'm the rudest to people.
Is when you want to sit down?
Yeah.
Largely any situation where you would like to sit down and you can't.
Not being allowed
Yeah,
to sit
you've
down.
become, yeah, definitely. I don't like littering. I think littering is bad, which is, a hot take. I've talked about this before, but I don't like when someone's just giving you nothing in a conversation. I'm just like, I'm a jester. I'm a mere jester. I'm just here like putting on work for you so you can just not. It's a two-way street. Nobody wants to be talking to each other in like, if it's like awkward, you know what I mean? If it's just like a person that it's like a weird situation.
How do you get yourself out of it? There should be a societally acceptable word where you say it and then the conversation's over.
Absolutely.
Where it's just sort of like...
Absolutely.
Dookity doop. And then it's like, good day.
Yes. Or it's like we can just we can sit on our phones while we wait for our third friend to get here.
Yes.
We don't have to, but like I'm not going to, now I'm exhausted because
I'm just here.
Yeah, I'm exhausted because you're not giving me anything. My thing is I can talk to almost anyone. I have enough of a knowledge base where I can sort of get things going with, or I'm like, well, we don't have anything in common, but let me ask you some questions. And then I get nooch back. Now I look dumb because I'm just working overtime. And then that person probably goes to like on a date or something, and they're like, I hate small talk. I just hate people who are just talking about nothing and are just like whatever. And I'm like, they're just probably thinking that I'm an airhead.
Well, I don't know. I people that are more quiet are a complete mystery to me. So I can't imagine. I think some people are just comfortable in silence.
But it's different than giving nothing. Like, I'm not talking about people who are quiet or people who are introverts or people who, like, genuinely. I'm talking about people who are, like, purposefully kind of giving nothing so that they have power over you. I've never once been...
You think they're doing it as a power move?
As a power move?
At those restaurants?
Yeah. Not as a power move, but as like they think higher of themselves because they're not going to engage in...
Well, I think you're attributing things that might not be there. They might just not be good at conversation, or they might just be feeling nervous, or they might just be comfortable with silence. I don't think it's necessarily to dominate you.
I think I could tell when someone has sinister motives around being quiet, and I don't like it. I was saying to Drew, I was like, will I ever once be mysterious, or am I destined to just be a yapper? And she was like, I don't think you're mysterious.
No. Neither of us are mysterious.
I know, but I try. Sometimes I'm like, I relate to those memes where it's like, I've been talking for a long time and then realizing I should be mysterious. And then it's just like weirdly silent. And people can get me because there's other people that are like this where they'll be like, tell me something crazy about their parents' divorce. And then I'll match it with something else. And then I'm like, we just met.
Yeah. But if you're both comfortable with it, who cares? So annoying in today's day and age when a bathroom doesn't have paper towel.
Yeah.
And they just and okay, I get the environmental, but like we're still actively in a pandemic. There's a lot going on. Bird flu coming for us.
Yeah.
Like the idea that like we're supposed to open a doorknob to a bathroom without a paper towel. Like, because those things that you put your hand in, that just spreads germs everywhere.
Yes,
That's not actually sanitary.
Very true.
And then I'm supposed to just have spread my germs everywhere and then just open a door with my bare hand? Are you joking? Are you kidding me? Or they'll have it where they do have the paper towel, fantastic, but no garbage anywhere near the door.
Well, yeah, and then there's the littering of it all.
That's where I behave badly. I will sometimes...
Because you don't want to have to touch the door again.
Yeah, so sometimes this is where I get kind of like a vandal. I will, if there's a garbage can that's like really far away, I will just do my best. And I'll just kind of chuck that thing. And sometimes it doesn't make it, but then I go, well...
I can't reopen the door.
Yeah, like it's like they brought this on themselves.
So listen, if you're designing a bathroom, this is good stuff to know.
Oh, other bathroom related is why in the world do they make it so that you can barely get into a stall? Right?
Oh, yes.
Especially, like, I feel like at airports, like, it's like they want you to have to touch the toilet to open the door. Yes. And it's like, just expand this a couple of inches. Literally, they always have the room to make the stall bigger. Yeah. But instead, it's like a feat of engineering that the door will swing and just barely not touch the toilet. But it's like, where am I supposed to go?
Right.
I need to exist in this scenario.
Well, let me tell you something. Urban planning and architecture are not taking into account the human element. They really just want to be, how cost efficient can we be in this?
Right.
How cost effective can we be? But the human element, no. Have you seen those things where it's like, I built an apartment out of a tiny slab of whatever, and it's like, it's just like, okay, that's interesting that you could like in the future have housing for more people, but you understand that people have to live there, right?
There's like no room.
There's like no floor. Like, what are you talking about? Like, look, we made a bed and a desk and blah, blah, blah. Like, that's amazing. Unfortunately, a human has to go in there now. So I feel like I have so many. When your socks go down in your boot.
That's terrible.
That's the worst thing that could happen to a person. Why is your baby at the movie theater?
Yeah.
Why?
I guess it's because they can't afford a babysitter and they want to see the movie.
But a kid's movie, fine. But why is your baby in Bad Boys 2?
Yeah.
I also don't think probably hearing a bunch of guns going off for 2.5 hours is good for the baby's ears. I have seen so many babies in R-rated movies.
Really?
Yes. It'll be like I think it was literally in Scream.
Do they wear little headphones or they're raw dogging it?
They're raw dogging it. And this movie is like actively scary. Why is there a baby in this scary movie?
I don't know. It's
really not even a baby, like even like a 1-year-old. I'm like, they're going to see some stabbing. Like, what is going on? Listen, my parents didn't watch the TV that well, but I don't think I was going to those movies. I could see whatever I wanted on TV, but they weren't taking me to the stab movies. You guys also, you realize we're being tongue-in-cheek, right? You guys understand that these are stupid annoyances?
Well, I'm not being tongue-in-cheek. I'm just sharing my truth.
No, I know.
But the premise is small annoyances.
I know, but I do just know that there's some person in the comments who doesn't understand the concept of the video and is going to be like, oh, good for you. You care about mugs. I, live in a hole. You know, the internet.
Right. These are all not major problems, but small annoyances.
Other than the boot thing. That's really upsetting.
The boot thing?
Where your sock goes into your boot.
That's a national problem.
Right.
International problem.
Fellas, is it gay not to grab your food? Is it gay to use a fork? Let me know in the comments.